Hi everyone, and welcome to Pumpkinpazoola! Today, I will be making a pumpkin soup recipe from the internet via Cool Mom's request on YouTube, and then 2 more pumpkin recipes from the Unofficial Harry Potter Cookbook! Go Hufflepuffs! First thing we need to do for all 3 recipes is cut up the pumpkins. And then, of course, pour your Oktoberfest from Coney Island. Because one can never cook without alcohol. It now looks like a pumpkin has barfed all over my counter. I have everything halved and ready to go in the oven, which is set to 425. On all 3 of the recipes I'm doing today, they all vary for how long the pumpkins have to go in, so I'm gonna try 45 minutes and go from there. And don't worry, I will be making pumpkin seeds from these. Now that the pumpkins are in the oven, I'm gonna try and sort through this pumpkin barf to get my seeds out, to get them ready to roast in the oven, which I probably won't be able to do till the pumpkins are done cooking because I live in New York City and I do not have many baking trays. Sorting through goopy pumpkin, it feels so gross, but it will be yummy. I tell you what, pulling seeds out of pumpkin guts is not for the faint of heart. Oh no! I just dropped a whole bunch on the floor! Oh no! It's like 20 minutes worth of work. But it's okay, I still have a good decent amount left. Time to vacuum, I guess. I take the pumpkin guts out to the garbage. These little guys who survived need a nice boiling salt bath. Sure, you've been wondering what I'm going to make from the Harry Potter Cookbook, and I'm going to tell you now because the next thing I need to do is make pie crust. For the pumpkin patsies, I do not have a food processor, so I'm just going to make my normal pie crust I normally make and just follow the filling recipe. And then I'm also going to make pumpkin juice. And look, my pumpkin has literally barfed over everything. Time to use the reusable cover. Time to use the reusable cover. And let it sit in the fridge for an hour. I have just a little bit of time for a snack break. While I was out getting all my supplies for today, I came across this thing in the grocery store. This intrigues me, so I'm gonna try it with you guys. That's right, I just cut straight through the plastic. For those of you who don't know me well, I love cheese. It's my favorite food group. Oh, we got a little bit like casing. I don't like eating casing. But I'm extremely interested to see how pumpkin spice goes with Gouda cheese. a little spicy. It's a little spicier than like your normal pumpkin pie flavors, but it's still like pumpkin pie flavors, like nutmeg and cloves and things in a cheese. And I have been told by a very good friend that Gouda tastes great with pumpkin, but she's never done it like with the pumpkin pie spices. I don't dislike it, but I don't know if I'm in love with it. They look glorious, glorious. So steamy up in here, my fan has gone off. Time to check if they're done. Ooh. Ooh. Oh yeah, these puppies are done. So I'm gonna let them cool and make the tart filling, or patsy filling? I don't know which one. Also, the pumpkin seeds are cooling too. Actually, we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna let everything cool, because technically the recipe calls for a can of pumpkin, and I could not for the life of me find a can of frickin' pumpkin at the Stop and Shop today. So I have to wait for the pumpkin to cool so I can use real pumpkin. So I guess break time? I got a good start on my embroidery pattern. That's gonna be a Christmas present for a certain someone. I know, I'm already thinking about Christmas presents and getting them started. But it's Pumpkinpazoola! The fan just went off. I think that means the pumpkins are ready. For the pumpkin patsy recipe, you need some pumpkin. So I'm gonna use, it says 1 can, so I'm gonna try using 2 of the smallest of the pumpkins. And then you're gonna need some cinnamon, nutmeg, and sugar. And oh no, my beer is empty. Gotta refill that. If you saw my unexpected cookbook recipe of hand pies, you will know I am horrible at making hand pies. And the pumpkin patsies is essentially telling me to do what I did with the hand pies. Since I epically failed on the hand pies, I'm gonna do something just a bitsy bit different. I'm gonna essentially make like mini pie tarts-ish. I'm gonna take my cupcake pan and then make it look pretty that way and put the filling inside and cook it that way. So I guess they won't technically be patsies, but you know what? This is Pumpkinpazoola. There are no rules. Since this is a Harry Potter recipe, I figured I should use my wand to fold out the pie crust, put in the filling, and put it all into the big pan. All right, here we go. I don't know what spell to use. I'll just make up one. Get it done! Oh my gosh, my wand worked! Yes! All right, now let's magically get the oven to start. Oh my gosh, my wand is working so well today. It's already starting to preheat. And we will cook these, boop, for 30 minutes. While those pumpkin patsies, tarts, whatever I just made are baking, I, of course, am going to drink a few more sips of my beer. And then once this beer is done, I'm going to have some lovely pumpkin juice. And for that pumpkin juice, you need some pineapple juice, apple, white grape juice, and pumpkin, which I'm going to have to somehow magically sieve? How do you say that? Sieved through this thing into there. Oh my God, I got pumpkin into my hair. Anyway, not sure if you could tell, but that pumpkin is not shivved, whatever it is, so plan B, because I'm a resourceful lady. I'm gonna put all the juices in the blender and just blend the pumpkin in and I guess make it kind of a smoothie. going to lie, this looks like pina coladas getting caught in the rain. I don't know the rest of the words, but it definitely looks like a pina colada. I'm not sure what alcohol goes into a pina colada, but like, I want to know because I think it would taste really good in this. Probably not because it's pumpkin. I don't know. But it definitely looks like a pina colada. I'm even gonna funnel it into my fancy like tiki jar glass thing I found at the discount store. Now that the pumpkin juice is made, onto the soup. So we need to start with pumpkin, onion. It only said 1 medium onion, but these are pretty small, so I'm gonna do 2. And since I don't do garlic, which it also calls for, I'm gonna add an extra onion. Some pepper, which really isn't listed in the ingredients, but it is in the directions. I will post the link that I used in the description if you want to try this recipe. Nutmeg, cinnamon, cloves, some salt, and vegetable broth. And we let it all marinate in there for a while, and then some more magic will happen in a bit. Let's see if my magic wand can cut the onions too. Cut onions! Pretty, please! Oh wow, this wand is really working. Let's see. Get all these ingredients into the soup! Oh wow, it even picked up the counter. Didn't clean it, but it picked it up. It already put it in the pan and started boiling, which is supposed to do that for 15 minutes. Now it's pumpkin seed time. As always, I'm gonna make a savory and a sweet pumpkin seeds! Pumpkin seeds! While I was preparing the pumpkin seeds, the pumpkin tarts came out of the oven. Or whatever they are. Whatever, they look good. And they have cute little ghosties on them. Because it is the spooky season! Pumpkin seeds is something I love to do. Oh, this isn't open. I love to do every year. So I'm just going, I've made them so much that I kind of know what to do. I forgot olive oil. And I just kind of go for it. I will find like one on the internet and put it in the description. So if you want to make pumpkin seeds and you've never done it before, you can figure it out from there. But it's fairly easy except for the whole pulling the pumpkin seeds out. But it's just like such a nice, fun fall thing to do. I always like to make some savory and sweet, and I always do this when I carve jack-o'-lanterns now. Which it's a little too early to do, or else you would totally see me making a jack-o'-lantern right now for Pumpkinpazoola. But it is the last full week of September. So, as my husband would say, it's gonna rot in the window if I do that. Alright, there's some savory ones, which will go on top of the soup. Now to make some sweet ones. My syrup was a little shut, because syrupy is very gluey. As you'll see later, it's going to be very hard for me to actually get off the syrup from the parchment paper, but it's worth it because they're super delicious when you do that. Especially when you add brown sugar to them. You can't go wrong when you add sugar to things, can you? It's just, everyone needs a little sweet in their life. Oops. And of course, some cinnamon. And you gotta mix it with your fingers. I mean, you don't have to mix it with your fingers, but I don't know. I feel when you make food with your hands, it just gives you a sense of like, I did something. I'm gonna put them in the oven for 20 minutes and then see how they do at like, I don't know, 400. We'll see. Time to add the last bit of magic into the soup, which is some honey, maple syrup. Technically it said either or, but I'm just gonna go with both. And some cream. Nothing like stirring a pot of hot boiling pumpkin soup to get you in the fall mood. I actually didn't read the first Harry Potter book. It was actually read to me by my 5th grade teacher, Mrs. White, or Miss White. She wasn't married at the time. Miss White. And it was so magical because I grew up with Harry Potter. He was 11, I was 11 when I first heard the book read, so it was just kind of cool. Anyway, here's a little excerpt because everything that I'm baking from the Harry Potter book today supposedly came from the cart on the Hogwarts Express. Anything off the cart, dears? Harry, who hadn't had any breakfast, leapt to his feet, but Ron's ears went pink again, and he muttered that he'd brought sandwiches. Harry went out into the corridor. He had never had any money for candy with the Dursleys, and I may have said that wrong. Sorry, dyslexic moment. And now that he had pockets rattling with gold and silver, he was ready to buy as many Mars bars as he could carry. But the woman didn't have Mars bars. What she did have were Bertie Bott's every flavored beans, Dorble's best blowing gum, chocolate frogs, pumpkin pasties, although mine aren't technically pasties, I guess, cauldron cakes, licorice wands, and a number of other strange things Harry had never seen in his life. Not wanting to miss anything, he got some of everything and paid the woman 11 silver sickles and 7 bronze knucks. Knucks? K-N-U-T-S? It's money. But there you go. There it is, mentioned in the book. While the pumpkin seeds are still a-cooking, I'm gonna have dessert first, because why not? I don't know if patsies count as dessert or not. I mean, there's a lot of sugar in them, so I suppose they do. But look how cute he turned out. You can see his little ghost face. And actually, no soggy bottom. And I was able to pop it out just fine because I actually remembered to grease the pan. And then to go with my little pumpkin patsy thing is my pumpkin juice, which I put in a fancy glass, but it is not an adult beverage this time. Kids could drink this. I like it. The pineapple kind of overpowers it. Like, I don't taste much pumpkin, but it's good. It's a little pulpy because of the pumpkin, the way I did it, but, you know, if you don't like pulp, don't do it the way I did it. But it's very nice. Alright. Patsy time. That's nice. I mean, it's very gooey. The filling's very gooey. I mean, there's no egg or anything in it, but I could see definitely if it's folded over like a ham pie, you know, it's just like a little gooey center. It tastes a lot like a McDonald's pumpkin pie. Not that that's a bad thing. Granted, I haven't had a McDonald's pumpkin pie in years, so I may not be the most reliable source. Pumpkin seeds are done. I may have overdone it a little bit with my savory, but that's why we use parchment paper. Should be ready to make myself a nice little bowl of soup. Look at that scrumptious, warm pumpkin soup. I just realized that I need to blend the soup. It's supposed to be creamy. Hey, Wand, one last time today. Blend that soup! Ah, magically blended. But this time, the magic left white a mess. Oops, take 2. Doesn't that look yummy? The soup is actually done now. Give it a little bit of a try. Very hot, as my fingers can attest to from blending it. Normally I wouldn't let a soup get so hot before blending it. Oh man, this is delicious. Thank you, Cool Mom, for this suggestion. This is really good. I have made, sorry, I'm talking with my mouth full. I've made butternut squash soup before and I love it. I don't know why I've never made pumpkin. It's even more delicious than my butternut soup. My butternut soup recipe we use here. Oh man. Probably because it has more sugar in it than my butternut squash recipe. It's very good. I hope you enjoyed Pumpkinpazoola. Tune in to my next episode to see a special collaboration with one of my favorite Sopranos, Victoria, and we're going to do some World of Warcraft recipes, the original version and the keto version. Yay! Alright, time for me to be flying off, I think. But before I fly off, make sure to like and subscribe to this video. It really does mean a lot to me. Thank you so much for your continued support.